Hello everybody. Welcome back. So last time that we were playing this game, we went into a cave and we were looking for all kinds of stuff. Iron and diamonds, and we lost everything. We have been knocked hard back into the Stone Age. We are just kind of hoping today that we can use this stream to get ourselves a little bit closer to where we were before. So we learned our lesson about biting off a little bit more than we can chew. We looked a little bit into what it's like down in the new caves. I learned that it's not just a lucky seed. The new cave systems are meant to be really robust and large and open like that. So, and they have their new sets of challenges. I heard about this thing called the Warden. All kinds of monsters and everything. So we're not going to worry too much about that today. Today what we're going to look into is finding other villages. Honestly, we're going back on another village pillage. Going to look for some mountains, maybe on the outside, see if we can collect some more iron. We're just going to try and reset a little bit today in a safe capacity because, well, going underground just wasn't it for us. We'll get back there. Don't you worry. Unfortunately, it's not like we lost everything. We still have our storage all set up. We still have a reasonable amount of wood and furnishings. We have our brewing stands. We have the enchanting table still set up. We have a bunch of bookshelves. So, side quest today as we go and just look for things to get ourselves back into normal. Maybe we can find the rest of those books and max out our enchanting table. But we're not going to let last session get to us too hard. We still having fun. It's still Minecraft. It's not meant to be anywhere near stressful, so let's just relax today. Collect some stuff, see some things. It might be a little commentary light, just kind of relaxing and chilling. It's been a nice Sunday. Spent some time hanging out with the kitty cats. Spent some time playing some other games. I've been watching back through some old shows. Just really a good day. Nice and chill. Relaxing. So let's keep that going. I didn't realize we were going directly into nighttime, but I'm not going to turn around. I think we can handle the nighttime on the above ground. We still have armor and weapons, and we know how to run and avoid. We have space, we have enough light to see. So we're not going to let it deter us too hard. I'm not entirely sure if I've been here or not. I'm not sure if this is new or old continent. Actually, this might just be islands. This might not even be continent. Oh, okay. Um, cool. I guess, yeah. So we're gonna go a different direction. Oof. That is some oof magoof right there. Alright, well, it is about as good as it's gonna be. Good deal. Let's get back out there. We will have a Minecraft adventure today. Maybe we go this direction. Actually, maybe we go a little bit beyond the, where we found that very nice, like, the big stalactites with the different layers of colors that looked really cool with the mine shaft. Maybe we go over past that a little bit and see what's in that direction. Perhaps we'll find some deserts, maybe we'll find some more villages. Just something to help us get a little bit back on track. Because so far we are not getting the job done, gang. It is not happening today. Boy. That was a fun sound. Just kind of picking directions and going in this one. We'll find something. The other thing I might consider doing, and maybe this will be like if we're not getting any traction with this and we come back and we'll do it as a different session, but it might also be a good idea to do a little bit of strip mining, a little bit of branch mining, something like that. Just dig down from our current base and make a little stair elevator to about 0, and push it out, and, you know, because we're also kind of low on things like dirt and stone. And oh yeah, we actually have been this way because all those that direction. So let's go this way. But yeah, all the dirt and stone and everything that we did, that we kind of just lost as far as our like placing blocks that we have here. We're also going to need a reasonable amount of that, so we'll look at what we can do there. Oh look, fresh water. Yeah, there's the spider spawner. And here's another mine. I don't know if we want to go into the mines right now. I feel like the mines have taught us a lesson about knowing where we should be at this point in the game. And where we should be at this point in the game is not in the mines. Interesting. Yeah, let's just keep going this way. We'll find something. Maybe there'll be some iron in this area. Because that looks pretty mountainy. That looks like it goes up and has like stone faces and everything. Yeah, there's gotta be some iron around there. I don't know if we should be going down here, but I'm curious. I see light. It could be awesome. Hey, we immediately get rewarded. Oh. We should be careful with that, though. There we go. This is why we are here. Thank you. Alright, looking around real quick. There is some copper, question mark? That looks like copper. Let's also just not be afraid to grab some other stuff as we... You know, I said it wasn't a good idea, and here we are immediately going into it. Just full bore. Why not? Why shouldn't we go hunting for treasure and riches beyond compare? There we go. This is what we're looking to get. It's a nice, rich, iron-rich mountainside cave. Let's work on this for a bit. I see you, and I'm not letting you get the jump on me. Yeah. You want to do that, come here. I will let you blow yourself up over there. One thing I'm not sure of is if creepers blowing up like that alert other creatures in the game anymore, like with sound, or if they ever even did. There was a feature in this game at one point in time where other monsters would run away from creepers when they were blowing up, but they removed that because the way that it was technically hooked up was every creature in the game was always listening for whether or not there was a creeper blowing up near it, and the constant checks were causing the game to have performance issues because the more stuff you have on screen, you know, running its logic, the more stuff is just constantly cycling, looking for creeper, looking for creeper, looking for creeper. And kind of like I should be doing, if I'm being completely honest. Good talk. We are down here wholly for iron. That is the goal. Anything else is bonus, but the reason we're here is because we want iron. And I see 2 blocks, there's 2 nodes that we've passed so far. But I'm just making sure that it's safe to mine before I commit to any of this anymore. Because the last thing I want is to get knocked off my boat by a drowned with a trident out of nowhere when I'm looking somewhere else. That would be embarrassing. Could you imagine? Oh, just one isolated. Okay. Hi, Bat. Yep, I see you. Go ahead. Is that more? Oh, it's copper. Let's keep the place lit. Do not worry about... Why is that a trade and not just a stack? Just an odd choice. Alright, so we know there's something to our left. If we dug that way, we'd find more cave. But I don't know if I need more cave. I think what I'd rather have is, like, smaller tunnels. Something I can look at in... Because we're just looking specifically for iron right now. We're not looking for anything particularly fancy or special. We're not diamond hunting. This is the way out. Just remember that. Let's go look in this branch. Just in case there's something nice this way. Oh. We've already been here. Okay, so then I guess we're good with this cave, because I'm not digging deeper. And honestly, I'm not all that interested in copper holding right now, because it's not that we have so much copper we don't need to worry about it, but I want to get home with more valuable resources. Also, is this really how did I fall like that in here? Or is this as if an exit? Alright, we're just going to run. We are not going to worry our little heads about zombies and skeletons. Not in the overworld. We have a finite amount of food and healing. We have creepers. We have 3 of them. Wow. That is... Yep. There we go. Let's get away from that. I want to get to these rock faces over here. I have a feeling that they will have some ore in, on, around them. And I have been rewarded. And I have been punished. We're going to have to fight this. I don't want to fight a enchanted bow, but... Oh, alright, good job. We got it. Alright. We got an iron for that. Heck yeah. We'll take it. Alright, there we go. I just wanted to sit up a little more. I was sitting in a way that was making my legs fall asleep. Ain't nobody want that. Alright. While I'm here, I should think about how much iron I should get before saying, okay, this is enough, let's bank. We need 4, 11, 19, 24. Back, can you not? Yeah, it's 24 for a set of armor. 27, 30, 2, 3. So 33 for armor and tools. 36 if I want the bucket. So 36 is we're, from an adventure standpoint, back where we were, but 0 reserves. And that doesn't count the diamonds and such that we lost. Those are just a loss. That's okay. We're talking about our functional adventure ability with where we, expect ourselves to be. Alright, I don't know if I want to go any deeper right now. I don't think we're equipped to. If we get jumped, we're going to be in a bad place. So let's go ahead and start working our way out. Because I'm sure there's other inlets just like this that have iron in easy-to-get areas that won't require us to put ourselves in dangerous situations. I think I'm going to chase, and this is, pipe dreamy maybe, but if I can get it, I think maybe 2 stacks of iron would be a nice amount to go home with, without feeling like I'm overly pushing or holding too much stuff at once. So we'll aim to get that, and if we can, then we'll go home with our 2 stacks of iron. There's a reasonable chance that we'll get 1 stack as well and just say, hey, that's good enough. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's get the 1 stack first. But if we're still feeling good on food, if it's... I know it's not supposed to be too much of a consideration, but if it's not rainy or nighttime, because the rainy nights are not my favorite time to run around. Things start throwing tridents at you and stuff. Ow. What was that for? Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything like that there. Let's just keep looking for exposed rock face. Probably the higher we go, the higher chance we get of that. Also, the better vantage we get of other mountains and areas that might have the, what we're looking for. That is villages that we have been to, and if it's not, then we'll go back there some other time. But I think our best bet's going to be in this direction with the more high terrain. Ooh, that's even... Yeah, let's get under that one. There's a peak over there that looks like it might be, it's hard to tell from here, but it might be rocky. That looks very rocky, and if that's the case, then good chance we're going to have a reasonable amount of exposed iron. Maybe I'll chop a little bit of wood while I'm here. Actually, give me the easy wood here. Yeah. Oh, is that copper? Yeah, it looks like copper, actually. No, that's iron. Yeah. Excellent. That's what we're looking for. Let's keep our eyes around this area for a bit. Yes. Wait, is that emeralds? Oh, we're in super business. I don't know if I should be mining this with the copper axe. Yeah, that was... I don't know why I kept going when I knew that that was going to happen. Look, I know I was posing that interrogatively, but that was not a question. Yeah. Oh, that is a lot of drop. Let's not go in there. Is that gravel, or is that... It is. Could use a couple more flints. Yeah, this was the place to come. High Rocky Mountains are the place to go for iron. We're gonna be just fine. This is gonna have us back to adventuring in deeper places in no time. We already have enough for our full set and tools. And we're not even close to running out of resources. Even if we run out of our pickaxes, at this point we have cobblestone, we have wood, we have coal, and we have iron ore. So that's all we really need to get an iron pickaxe, which would let us continue on this way. You know what? If I run out of I think at this point we are just going to run out the copper and we'll make iron next, because that'll also let us mine the emeralds that we're seeing here. Although I don't know if I want to... I guess there's an argument that could be made to just do that right now so that I can get the ones that I see. But then I have to carry around another furnace. And I don't know if I want to carry around another furnace right now. I think that every drop of inventory space is going to be valuable. And I also do not want to just place and leave a furnace, you know, in the ground, out somewhere in the wild. I don't know why. That kind of stuff is just... I prefer to leave the game as it's set in those ways. Like, I don't mind a little terraforming, but Lego bricking the entire world in, like, oh, I set up a table here and I have a whole crafting station inside of a cave, like, I guess there's value in it, like if you make it a little base or something, but just doing that everywhere in its own way just destroys the world to me. And I like having an explorable world, even though there's so much of it. You know, at some point we might get over that, but that's where we are right now. Some of the cool things about this game, too, that so many people play it in so many different ways that, and none of them are really wrong. One of the YouTube feeds that I have been getting recently is for 2B2T, which is one of the no-rules servers that exists in the multiplayer scene that people just do some of the wildest stuff in, for better or for worse. And don't think I'm ever going to go there because that kind of, like, I would just get demolished. I'm having a hard time living in the caves in a single player world. So, but some of the things that people get into there, some of the antics and fun, just looks absolutely wild. Alright, we have our first stack. I would like to get at least one more so that I can start the second stack and need to be careful with what I am doing. Wow, yeah. I don't know if I should be doing what I'm doing right now, but oh, never mind. It's fine. Is this outside again? Yeah, it is. This is just all outside. Alright, how are we on coal? 1, 2, yeah, we're rolling. We're rolling in the coal right now. Let's focus more on iron. Alright, now that it is getting nighttime and we are on this mountain, we are going to need to be cautious that we do not get ambushed by a creeper in a position that we cannot run away, because that is probably the #1 thing that is going to be getting us if something does get us. So let's be very vigilant here. Not put ourselves in too many deep pocket corners. Keep our ears open. And we should be just fine to continue mining through this night. There we go. Yeah, 2 stacks is where we would like to be. That's our get home, get it all smelting, wait it out a little bit, maybe look at our farm and do a rotation there while it cooks. And then from there, we'll get it back out, make our buckets, maybe go find some lava. Just put things the way we, back the way we want them to be as far as general preparedness. Whoops. It worked out. Alright, I see you. He was far away. He's not going to aggro. At least he shouldn't aggro. Yeah. I'm digging this music. It's got that little tiny bass line walking that makes you think that maybe there's some danger happening. Oh yeah, there's that really deep hole that we didn't want to go. Yeah, this is where we started. Because that's the water that we went up to get up the first side. So let's go in this, let's go, okay. Let's be vigilant. Let's be smart. And let's not be too brave. It's okay to be a little brave, but not too brave. I don't think I need to tame a dog for myself at night. Okay, stay away from that. Stay away from those as well. Just kind of doing a little, give him the wiggle shims. Nobody can catch you if you do the right kind of wiggle shim. We're gonna have to go up and around, because that's going all the way. That's fine. We can do this better than they can anyway. All mobility in this game seems to favor the player as far as like basic mobs and your speed versus theirs, but in particular, swimming upwards gives you a major advantage. Alright, I think that is a village that we have been to. I am pretty confident in that, but I think we'll also go verify that, because there looks like there's also some mountains that way that we could. Just make sure there's nothing really looking at us before we finish this part off. It looks like there's also some sort of mountain range over there, so we can set this up and then make our way over to that village. Maybe we can take that path. Well, that's... I don't know if that's a mountain. I think that's just stony ridge. Hey, nice hat, nerd. Give. Aww. Oh, there's an Enderman. Let's not make the Enderman mad when we're not in a boat. Also, we might be at a point where we have liberated this mountain of the majority of the iron that we are going to get off of it. So let's make our way a little bit more down. There we go. Of course there's going to be a little bit once we say that. Just so the game lets us know how wrong we are at everything. I see you. Don't you dare jump in front of me and go, oh, don't look at me, and then punch me. That will... Well, I won't be able to do very much about it at all now, will I? Hey, sheeps. There's some iron. In a very not compromised location. Yeah, that should be fun. The only thing that we gotta worry about here is a skeleton shooting us off our perch, but we're not all that high up anyway. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but my roommates are playing World of Warcraft. And I think something bad just happened. They'll get there. That game has loot for everyone, too. I played that game for probably... 10 years? A lot of fun, but... At this point in my life, I stay away from MMOs. I spent so much time playing World of Warcraft that, you know, when you get so deep into a game and you get so far progressed, and then if you ever start another one, you just kind of long, for me, I just kind of longed to be right back where I was as far as that progression point was. And without it being, I think, yeah, I've been in here. Without it being immediately, like, obtainable, I didn't want to go through all of that long multi-year grind to find the same relevance. And going back to WoW, like, it just, you know, there's only so much. I love that game, but there's only so much that I could do before it felt very samey in what I was doing. And yeah. My boat. But yeah, we don't do MMOs anymore. They just don't scratch the itch like they used to. And there's so much other stuff. I actually really like the session-based games that you can play. Things like Heroes of the Storm is actually a fun one. TFT. I play a lot of Dead by Daylight. Really all the asymmetrical horror games. We went through a Killer Clowns phase. We went through a Friday the 13th phase, an Evil Dead phase. Played a bunch of TCM. Actually, I've not even 6 months ago I went through a big TCM phase again, playing the Rush Week mode with Johnny. That was fun. It's like a hide and seek inside of a house kind of thing. And assuming that, you know, anybody can do them, if somebody can just get the mechanics off, or, you know, sometimes if you can be the one to get the mechanics off, it just kind of becomes a survive until you win. You know, sometimes in that game, one of the things that kind of makes it a little bit stuck is the stalemate aspect. Like, you just kind of feel like you can't get out until you eventually just fall over. And it takes a long time and you just don't feel like you're getting there. But with that mode, it kind of flips the switch where the killer has to come and get you. And if they don't, then they're the one who has a hard time. So it's just a more fun experience for the Survivor side, which I like playing the Survivor side more than the Raider. Dragon Ball Breakers, that's another one I played a whole bunch of. We platinumed that game, and then pretty much put it down when they stopped putting updates out. Yeah, this is 100% because there's a coal vein down here that we spent a bunch of time excavating underwater. Great. So let's just keep going in this direction then. See what's on the other side of the savanna. Is this a savanna? I don't know my biomes very well. With the less rockiness, I'm not sure this... I think I just want to go over to that rock face. That's probably the next place that we want to try our luck as far as getting iron. If I wasn't holding a stack and a half, I might... one of the other places that I've learned that could have a lot of iron is the shipwrecks. However, as I have never once been inside of one, and I don't trust myself to go into one for the first time and not immediately drown and get trident in the face and lose everything, we're gonna avoid committing too hard to that. Maybe after I get this back, if we're going back out on the ocean, I'll do a light pack, and we can, with a bit of a lighter pack, go into the ocean, find a couple shipwrecks, and go down and see what they're like. But we don't have access to the... What am I doing? I can get on a boat. We don't have access right now to the night vision potions or the water breathing potions, and... Okay. That is... Oh, that is a cool looking mistake to make. Oh wow, this goes all the way down. This is not a place I should be. I'm not stopping. Just keep an eye out. Get what you came for. Stay vigilant. Keep your ears open. I know creepers are silent until they hiss, but we know how to hit the control button and run. One of the things that I need to get better at in this game is pressing control to run instead of pressing nope. Instead of double hitting the movement button, because I'm just so used to playing this game on a casual point that when I want to get somewhere fast, I just double press W instead of pressing control, which is the hotkey for sprint. And that leads to me always having a bit of a 1-2 stutter before I actually get to where I am moving fast. And sometimes that's probably the difference between getting out and not getting out with me. So that's something we'll be working on. Alright, those caves were not as fruitful as I had hoped. I'm not going to commit to a third. There's iron. That's probably a 4 or 5 at least. There's also a copper vein, but we're going to skip that one. Pretty sure there's no ground underneath this, yeah. So let's do this. Alright, it's just a 3. We'll take it, though. Oh. I gotta remember that C is not slow walk. Shift is slow walk in this game. Which is such a strange choice, given that shift is sprint in so many other games. Could probably just rebind that. And it would be completely fine. This is just a part of that same place. If I don't see any immediate iron, I'm just going to back out. Not going to get too invested in seeing where it goes, because I'm sure all of it goes all the way down. Yeah, there's nothing. I guess there is this. We're still at 62. This is... Where are we going? I feel like the entirety of me playing this game so far has been me saying I shouldn't be going this way, and then immediately getting lost in the rapture and the fascination of the cool places that I'm at, and finding a skeleton, or some sort of calamitous entity that wants to get rid of me. Let's just, let's get moving. Let's go back in the goodbye place. There we go. This is what we came for. This is it. 44. We're 20 off a 2-stack. I think that if I get out of this cave... Well, I think that when I get out of this cave... No, don't do that. Well, yeah, once we're out of this, we're gonna get ourselves moving back home. I'd rather mine myself out than build myself out. Specifically because I value the resources we're placing, so because we do not have all of the everything yet. Honestly, I shouldn't be... now that I have the cobbles, I should probably switch my 5-key to cobbles, because placing cobblestone is better than placing dirt. It's easy to get dirt, but just by nature of how the game gets played, I find that I end up having way more cobblestone than dirt. So it's easier to spend. At least for trivial things like, you know, placement and movement support. Yeah, I think we are going to take this opportunity to get ourselves home. So, let's get our bearings and get back to the base, get this ore smelted, get our actual adventuring gear back up to par, and then we'll assess from there. So, just gonna kind of go into a spaced out mode here. Are we even going the right way? That's the right way, but that wasn't. I guess we gotta get back out into the ocean. I'm just gonna kind of chill here, space out a little bit, and we'll slowly make our way back to home. And we have made it home. I think I'm gonna quickly do this with the wheat. Just get everything planted out. You know what? We're going full wheat. No more potatoes. Potatoes don't really hit the mark. There we go. And now we have our wheat pretty much set for good. Get these all taken care of. I know I have more wheat seeds. Well, maybe if I don't have them here, I know I have them out there. Or up there. There we go. And we are safe. Let's sleep. That's good enough. That's good enough. Let's get those cooking. Let's get the potatoes. Man, I have too many vegetables on that front. Yeah, we'll figure that out when we figure that out. Right now it's just wheat and the bread. Let's finish that. Boop and boop. Perfect. Alright, our wheat and our bread is back to being reasonable. We have torches set. We have coal set. No, not quite yet. I'm right at the precipice of deciding whether or not it's time to start blocking our coal, but I think that we need to get to about 10 stacks before blocking it makes sense. Because if you get 9 stacks of coal, then that's just one block, and then you have the 1 extra stack and you're pretty much set. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. Because that's just that's the wrong direction for what I was doing with that. That's what I was doing with that. Obsidian, the flint doesn't go there. The rest of that's fine. Diorite, granite, dirt can go back in. Perfect. Go there. Give me a 32 on that. This is furnishes. We don't have anything to put there. The bones, the flesh, the flint. Give us 1 flint for the steel. Oh, whoops. And whoops. Probably just going too fast. But now we have that. Let's get ourselves 3 of these. Make the shears, even though we're not going to use the shears right now. 1 of the buckets. Let's pull the bundle just for future. Get that arrow put in there. Dock that and that and that. And we are kind of, not completely, but we are kind of looking at where we were. A little bit better, a little bit safer. 1 diamond away, that would be nice if we had 1 more diamond so that we could make the pickaxe and maybe do something else a little bit deeper in the game. But we're not going to worry too much about that. We'll hold off on that for now. I am going to need to make some sticks. I think. I mean, we have spruce logs, but yes, this is what we were hoping for. Oh, look at them. Oh, I love it. So I'm going to chop one of these. And the reason I'm going to chop one of these is not that I want to break my trees down, or not even that I have a whole bunch of, I want to save the cherry wood for cherry wood stuff. But right now I'm going to use it for sticks. And the reason right now I'm going to use it for sticks is because I need sticks, but also because I want to get this tree to fall so that we can get some more saplings and continue to plant a cherry wood forest around our place. And I say I'm not into terraforming, and then I start turning this whole area into a cherry wood forest. Or cherry blossoms, that's the right one. Not cherry wood. Or maybe cherry wood and cherry blossoms are the same. Cherry log. Maybe I'll just chop one more tree while I wait for this to... There we go. Get so many of those. That's so nice. Put you there. Let's put you there. I think that will also chop this one. Actually, this should be all the sticks I need. Sticks and more blossoms. Yeah, this is going to work out. I might just... This might actually... I said I might need like that island base, or I wanted to maybe go to terraform like the mushroom biome or do something there. We might just make this starter base really nice and just turn it into a super pretty area and have this be our home. Because the only point that you need a base for is just to kind of be your access hub for holding all of your stuff, and most of your travel is going to be done through the nether, through railways and whatnot, right? So maybe we just do that instead, and we just keep expanding this area, and we don't get too hung up on finding the perfect spot to fill the base, and we can just make the place we are perfect, right? Yeah, the chicken agrees. Getting more saplings from the other stuff. Chopping one cherry wood tree has afforded us like 10 more. These things are so easily multiplied. Yeah, we've gotten so many. Let's get rid of this one too. Yep, yep, yep. go. Now, let's get... Now that we basically have one more tree cycle till we're surrounded by peace, let's see how our iron's doing. There we go. That feels nice. Now, we have a set of iron gear. We have a whole set of iron gear. We also have enough of that to set us for a bit. Let's use the oak. Yeah, let's just split it completely. And we'll do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Now we have all of our stuff kind of set the way we want it again. Actually, we don't need to be carrying that much. I guess I might. There's no good time to use that. It's an extra DAC damage. I mean, it's 4 versus 4. We'll just deal with the difference for now. But having swords is good. Getting all this in here is good. That's all where I want it. Alright, we got a lot of wood. Sticks? I don't know if I want to carry that many sticks. I'd rather carry wood than sticks, right? Yeah. No, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. We don't have any. Okay, logs go there. Extra bed. I wonder if there's a world where I carry a bed around just to avoid nighttime. Is that insane? Is that a crazy thing? I don't know. But, I don't know. What I do know is that we have most, if not all of our previous progress recovered. We might be, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? Just because it's a good idea, and I want to practice good habits, now we have a backup set. Yeah, here we go. Let's pop you there. Actually, let's take half of you. Pop you there. Put you there. Yeah. Okay. So this has been we've been doing this, what, about an hour and a half? And we are sitting back where we kind of hoped to be. I guess the one thing that we don't have that would have been nice to pick up is the lapis. But, yeah, you know, worse things have happened in that front. Alright, so now it is daytime. We have smelting happening. We have all of our stuff set. Even though we're still not rolling with the crazy stuff, which I don't really like. We're gonna, you know what, we're gonna deal with that. We have a bucket. I want to get lava in my bucket. And I think I'm gonna be okay with having the slight drop in armor because of the copper. Because we're not gonna be going in the caves yet. Let's just kind of go in this direction and see if we can find some more villages, some more fun stuff to see in the overworld. Maybe we can get another stack of iron. I know there's above ground lava all over the place on this map, so we'll find some of that and just kind of see what we can see. I'm going to take a quick break off the mic here for a minute, just kind of get myself a drink, stretch my legs as I walk, I kind of swim and row, and kind of turn my head a little bit, crack my knuckles, all the stuff that you probably don't want to hear, you know, aside from my voice. And I'll be back in a minute. Alright. This place is really cool. I want to see what this place is. It's all sand and sandstone. Oh, whoops. What are you doing? There we are. This looks like the kind of place you can, like, crash your whole server just knocking one block down in. Maybe not. Just kind of looking around, seeing what there is to see, Seeing if anything jumps out at us as far as maybe being a temple or being a village or maybe that mountain over there. That might be tall enough that we can get some more iron. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can make our way over there. If nothing else catches our eye on the way, of course. No, we're not going to worry about that. Oh, this is like that other place, but instead of being stalactite pillars, it's just one big mountain of it. That's pretty neat. We can only imagine that there's some reasonable amounts of iron up here. And also, if we get up there, maybe we'll find a village in the distance. That's a good thing to check real quick. Do we have our... Yeah, we're at 32. Okay. I don't need to sim 32 chunks, but I do want to see 32 chunks. Honestly, I don't even know if 32 chunks is and the only reason I would ever want to sim 32 chunks is if I was exploring close enough to my base, but too far away from my base that I want to, like, keep something smelting, but even with that thought, I don't have anything smelting or cooking or grow. You know, plants grow, but I'm not too worried about my plants growing fast enough because we have just stacks on stacks of hay bales, and every time we find a village, you know, that's another 64 hay bales. So as long as we stay ahead of the food, to the point that we always have bread to adventure and we can always eat something else at home if we need to, then we'll be set. And also, you know, at some point we're going to need to be growing things like, we'll need some more carrots, and we'll need some beetroots, and we'll need to do sugarcane and all that, for things like alchemy and being able to run fast and jump higher and see in the dark and breathe underwater and all the other cool stuff that you can do with the potions in this game. But right now, focus is more on the basic, mundane stuff, not the magical stuff. Get ourselves some cold steel that we can use to defend ourselves and lay low our enemies. And then once we do that enough, we'll be able to get the shiny diamonds and rock on with the netherite and go and do the stuff in the nether. I'm curious what these bastions are, if they're any different from regular dungeons or fortresses, and if there's any more like monsters or bosses or types of things you can bump into out there that will stretch the game in a different, unique way. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's just pretty. As beautiful as that direction is, I think that I want to go towards that desert. And so I will. Because it's just dirt. Yeah. I'm going to dig a little bit of dirt while we're here. Just enough to kind of exercise the shovel and give ourselves a, it is dirt, right? Coarse dirt, okay. Dirt, coarse dirt, it's dirt. Dirt's good. Pumpkins. I should keep more pumpkins because I can make snow monsters with them. Not that I would really use the snow monsters for all that much. I don't even know if they do damage. I think they're just like decoys that soak. But having one or two might be nice. I'm not sure I'm going to make an iron golem. I don't know if it would do much to defend me against the things that I would need it to. Maybe if I made 2 or 3 of them, sure, but with the water there, we might just watch him run into some water and lose the poor little guy. Hi, cow. Is that a ruined portal? Or is that just cacti? That might just be cacti. No, that's a ruined portal. Or is it neither? The answer might be it's neither. But now that we're hitting nighttime, we should be able to see lights in the distance in this desert. Will help us locate the closest village. I feel like villages are much more common in Minecraft now. I sincerely think that, like, I feel like they used to be way more rare. Is that a poisonous spider? It is. We need to not get touched by that. The treasure chest is not that important. That thing will mess us up. It's messed up, dude. Nobody wanted to fight you. There we go. Now we can take another approach from a different angle, get back where we were, not lose out on that treasure opportunity. As long as we can be intelligent with the way we path and not... Ow. Wow. Yeah, let's get back on that water. I want to go open that treasure chest. I saw it. I saw it and I want it. Alright. I know, I see it. I'm not worried about that guy. Oh, there's even more of them. Oh, he hit that. You're not poisonous, though. You look like just a regular one. However... Alright, this might be okay now. Alright, take a look. Oh yeah, stuff we want. Just gonna shift click it all and run. Just go. Keep going. don't wait, because one pot shot gets it. Oh boy, we gotta go. Go, go, go. Oh my goodness. Out of nowhere. Alright. 716, negative 3K. Negative 2969 specifically. Alright. We can deal with that. Let's just get going as fast as we can. And we're gonna keep the night because the night will turn into the morning by the time we get where we're going. Might have ran a little bit too far away on that one, but that's okay. We do know pretty much where we're going to get back. That was not too far and not too inspecific that we're in too much trouble here. So let's run back to where we died and see if we don't lose all of our stuff. Honestly, all things considered, this is a pretty straight shot back. Dolphin. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I know. Alright, let's get walking. Yeah, sun's coming up just in time. This is perfect. Alright, we need about 100 more in this direction, and then we got about 1,000 to the negative Z. Yeah, this is about where we want to cut this way. And then take this as far as we can go. And hey, there's a village right there. Maybe we can stock up a little bit before we... Oh, there's a drowned. I feel like what I read about the drowned and what I'm seeing with the drowned are two different things. Because I read that the drowned very, very rarely carry tridents. And what I feel like I'm seeing is the drowned, like 50% of the time, are carrying tridents. And they are hitting me hard. Is this one I've been to? This might be the one that I got early game. Yeah, there's a good chance I have found this one before. Hello. What I could do is set my respawn here in a just in case thing, but with it being daytime and with this place being pretty much empty, I don't even see like food sitting around. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that we have already been here before. Because one of the things I do not want to do is assume that I have time and then get back to where I need to be and for my body and everything when it is getting back to a second sundown. Because a second sundown would be, without our gear, without any armor, that would be a little rough to get away from or to handle. Alright, I can also use I can run now. We're close enough, and I have some more, boat. I can boat a little bit more here as well. Got about 500 more to go. Yeah. Should be right over this ridge. We should be kind of like right on a beeline for it. Maybe a little bit to the left. Yeah. Even that's a little bit too far right, but yeah, any right is too far right now. What is that? That just a tree with funny leaves? That might just be a tree with funny leaves. If that's the case, we'll find out later. But right now, let's get to our stuff. Nope. No, we don't want to do that. Yeah, that's what that is. But we should have died like 100 blocks in this direction. And unless these guys took all of our stuff and ran away with it, which maybe they did, who knows? It should be like right here. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. We're doing just fine. Is that everything? We'll find out in a second. Alright, one. Nah. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go there, you go there. 5, 6, 7. Bucket. Put you there. Actually, you go there. You're just... Oh. Oh! Well, hello. That is such a fortunate get. I don't know where we picked that up, but we're keeping that. Good. Alright. Let's do one more quick assessment. That goes there. That's load okay. Yeah, we have everything we need. And just like that, the adventure is entirely back on track. Let's go ahead and get that. Hi, bunny rabbit. What's in here? Is that a monster or a mineral? Okay, it's a shadow. What? Why is there... Why is there fruit growing underground? Alright, we're checking this out. I need to know why there's fruit or a vine or what this is really. This could be anything. Actually, we'll get this as well. Gives us a reason to blow out this copper pickaxe. And we are rewarded. And I'm going to go to the efficiency one. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Aw. Oh well. Lesson learned. Seems that if you use that, it doesn't actually drop iron. Alright, well, now that's been taken care of. But I'm still curious what these are. And I do want to know before we leave. Huh. Let's move. We do not need to learn that badly what these things are. I think they're just those berries that I found earlier, but that's where they actually grow. I think I've seen the berries in chests before, but we don't need to die here. We got a reasonable amount of iron out of that. We found something cool, and who knows? Maybe even more adventure in the future. Netherrack, that's actually very useful. Now we can have fires that perpetually burn in our home without making it weird. But I think right now the best use of our time with this daytime is going to be to get out back on this big open area and see if we can find ourselves a village. Because now that we have Silk Touch, if we find those bookshelves, we don't even have to rebuild the books in the bookshelves. It's just you get them, and if we can find 5 of them, then we're just done. We don't got to worry about anything else with that. And that lets us also keep those books that we found for making enchantments and such, if that is a thing we want to do in the future. But for now, let's find that village first. Let's just keep going on to adventure. I'm sure we'll find something interesting. I'm also going to take about 10 seconds here to just adjust some stream stuff. Promise I'll get better at this as time goes on. There we go. Just wanted to get things set back to a better place. For some reasons, I sometimes just stuff gets slid around and moved in on my stream, and I don't know why. Like my OBS will I'll slide my OBS over, but then I'll want to see something, so I'll slide it to a different spot. But then it will be covering something else that I want to see. So no worries. And we have found ourselves another village. This one looks like it's a like a basic forest or savanna biome, like whatever these are. And I can probably... Oh, what are you? Turtles. Aw. Hey, buddies. Aw, do you like each other? Are you friends? Look at them go. Yeah. Alright, you guys do your thing. That was adorable. We found turtle buddies. They were roommates. Alright. This is what we're looking for. Free stuff. Also, let's get our bundles back because we lost all of our bundles in that mine fiasco. Oh, hello. Got... What? Okay, never mind. I apologize. I don't know why I would take your hard collected lava when I could just as easily take that one. Yeah, now we got, like, lava flow or something. Good deal. He's just sleeping. He's just watching him sleep. Hello. More hay bales. Take the leather, and I think now we gotta start filling one of these bundles up, which that's why we like them, because all of this miscellaneous stuff, actually that can go there. We'll take that bundle, put the flint in there, put the pumpkins in there, the rotten flesh in there, the granite, the diorite. The coarse dirt can stay out. Oh no, actually I can just do that. Because I know I'm not getting any more of it. The apples can go. And just like that, we are set again. I'm not taking the leather stuff. They can keep that. Boat. More brewing. Don't need that. This is a relaxing little village. They don't seem like they have, you know, the craziest stuff, but it's a nice layout. Yeah, nothing there. Last chance, and I already... That awning kind of tells me what I already don't, or what I already know. It's not this. Alright, and that's just... Yeah, we don't need any of that. Alright, moving on. What is that? Hey, another village. That was messed up. Is it a zombie horse? It is. It's a zombie guy and a horse. Look at that guy go. Oh. You just keep on sleeping, friend. Don't you worry about anything. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Good stuff. Oh, wheat. Hi, kitty cat. Oh. Okay. Can deal with that. Let's take the rest of this village. And then once we have that taken care of, we'll probably rest in a bed here. And then use our close by spawn point to get a little bold with that that area there. I'd love to get down there and pick up some of that iron. All right. This has been a very fortunate good village. Very good village. The only thing that really is missing, not to sound like a broken record, is a library. But we can't ask for everything. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get ourselves closer to that fissure. And then we'll... Oh, what's this? Oh, cartography. Oh, I thought it was going to be... For a split second, because it was the wide rooms. The ones that are a little bit wider are the ones that spawn with what we're looking for. So for a split second I thought, ooh, that might be it. You know what? We're not going to go in that fissure. Because here's another village. Yeah, it seems like there's just villages everywhere in this game now. I feel like when I was playing a long time ago, that you couldn't go, like you could go, like you found a village and you marked that, because in any 2,000 block radius, like you would see 3 of them. And I'm seeing, you know, we have 3 of them on my starting island, so I'm not complaining. It's just very different. it's a little better. That SoCal weather is starting to hit. It's a little warm out tonight, and it's still winter, but I was wearing a hoodie all day, and now that it's getting a little bit more evening-y in here, I just wanted to open my window, take my hoodie off, get myself a little bit more just relaxed. Good decision. Let's see if this place has what we're looking for. Oh, kitty. Maybe I'll go fishing at some point. Catch some fish and see if we can get a cat to come home and hang out with us in this game. That's always fun, just to have a kitty. You get a cat and a dog. I used to have a whole field of cows, and then that's how I would get my books, but I don't really do that anymore. Hello, sir. A fine day to you. Yeah, these are just doubles. Nothing of real substance. Actually, while I'm here... Alright. No, I know. Yeah, I think that's it for here. Just more village, but not more library. Yo. We're going over there. I want to see what that is. That looks cool. That looks like it has iron. That looks like everything I want to be doing right now. It's raining, but only on the salt water. Salt water, rain. Fresh water, fine. Salt water, rain. Fresh water, fine. That's not, oh, wow, I need to eat. Oh, that's all sand, isn't it? Wait, have I been here? No, I have not been here. I thought this would be, I thought it would be rock. But, alas. Oops. That might be rock. No, that's savanna, or whatever you call that. But more villages. To the next one. Eventually one of these is going to have what we're looking for. It's inevitable. And once we find it, then it will be time to go and get that lapis lazuli again, which we had a reasonable amount of it. I feel like it's something we should be able to find again. Just checking. Alright, well, if that is just gonna be another, dud building group. Yeah. Let's get ourselves moving again. How far away from home are we? Not too bad. I still want to get a bit more iron than what we're carrying, and we have bundle space for days. We don't have to worry about running out of space. That is a big lava waterfall. If we were not being chased by monsters trying to kill us from all sides, we might stop and admire that a little bit more. But right now the goal is just to see where this river takes us and find some safety. Maybe look if there's any iron on these walls that we're missing. But nighttime is, for the moment, still just a little dangerous on the surface. Once we get back and we decide that maybe we're done with this this armor and we move to the iron armor, then I think we'll be okay. When we'll really be okay is when we get some protection and some blast protection on that iron armor so that we can get our way, we can be protected from the one-shots from the creepers and from the, taking a half shot from every arrow that's when you stop being scared of the skeletons so much. So, we're going to be looking to get ourselves to around that state. Okay, we don't want to do that right now. Let's just keep on going this way. That's a lot of arrows flying at us. I can hear the drowned. I'm just gonna keep on moving this way. In fact, we're gonna stop right here, and I'm just gonna eat. Let's see if there's anything to see anywhere. That guy wants to get us, but he's gonna have to wait. I don't even think he can swim. Is that how zombies turn in the drowned? Did they drown underwater and then turn in the drowned? Because that would be really sick if that's how that happened. Alright, we are 5,000 blocks from home. We might want to not be going so far. What am I saying? Yeah, we do. Let's get going. Oh, jeepers creepers. We need to move. What in the world? Oh, that's a venom spider. That's why. Oh, Jesus. That was horrifying. We need to move. We need to not be in that area anymore. Why is my FPS getting scared? Calm down. Alright. Why is... Let's get back down to 20. Yeah, let's go... No, let's do 20... Yeah, 20 chunks for a bit. Just until whatever is happening here stops happening. I don't know if it's something that is... Maybe we're getting close to a stronghold underground, or... So, I don't know what, but... I don't want to be... I don't want to hang out with that guy. I don't know why he wants to hang out with me. I've been in situations very similar to this in the past. We don't like it. It's not what we do. We're just gonna get out of here. There we go. Guys on the left, don't care. Guys on the left again, don't care. Multiple Enderman. Did nothing to bother you. Didn't look at you. Didn't say hi. Yep, we're all just... Yep, creeper, man. Just another angry skeleton. You know, I could just, like, dig a hole and hide, but I just can't. We gotta at least be running out here. We can't just be hiding half the time, because it's nighttime a lot in this game. Really, my problem there was not respecting that spider with the possibility of it being a venom spider. And that's just a mistake I'm not going to make a second time. We cannot swim. With that guy shooting, we have to go horizontal. Get another munch. And we are good. Now this is some real, I don't want to lose my character stuff, because this is not, oh boy, it's going to be hard to find the spot. This is a long run back. In fact, we should be working towards home at this point, because we'll get at least one more sun up in that direction. And then I'm sure we can find ocean for the points beyond that. And again, with the double slaps instead of the control. Gotta figure that out. Really, it's not figured that out. I figured it out. I gotta internalize that. That is not the direction to go. Whew. Alright, there we go. Now we are in a bit more reasonable looking of a place. Oh, I'm full. Let's, there we go. I don't need any of that. Alright, good enough. Let's keep moving. Also, it's daytime, so... Alright, we want to be going this way. This is the way home. That's a lot of stony rock sidewall. Let's go see if there's any iron over there. It's a lot of coal, but that's about it. Little copper there. Not too interested in the copper, though. Maybe I'll go up and see what I can see from the top. That would be a little, smarter. Oh, little cows. Hey, little dude. Yeah. Yeah, little man. Good boy. I don't know why. I just wanted to. This is a nice little mountaintop. just flat and scenic. And let's see, we got a jungle over there. Got a pupper. Do I have anything? I mean, I'm sure I have bones somewhere, but they're in a... Sorry, I'm sorry, they're in a bundle, man. Yeah, let's just get down here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, still in the right direction. And let's get back out in the fast lane. I'm not sure if I've been to this one or not. We'll take a look. I don't think I've been here before because I think that is different. That might be a brewing station. Or, oh, that's a barracks. Like, that's the two-story one. So there's either going to be like a brewing stand or a chest in that second area on a platform up a ladder. Or maybe nothing there. Who knows? Sometimes there's just nothing there. But I definitely haven't been to this one. Meaning, maybe, just maybe, this will be what we're looking for. Let's find out. Ah, this is a treacherous place to live. So that's fortunate. Got something there. Maybe these people will have more. So I don't think there's going to be one here. No big deal. We did get a book. That's, that's always good progress. We also have a couple of new leather that we got. So this has gotten us closer to our goal of 15 bookshelves. Although I don't think that what we are bringing home is quite going to get us there entirely. I think we're going to go for about 45 more minutes, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break around 10, and maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, go give the cats some treats, hang out with the bunnies a minute, say hi to the roommates. And then when I come back, maybe we'll try to be back at our base by then. And then from there, we'll see where we are as far as lapis gathering or what we can do. Maybe we'll start just digging downwards and see what's there. Maybe we'll go to that one place that we saw before with the drop and see if we can get that one last diamond. Because we saw one diamond, I think it was episode 2. And if we can get that one, we have 3. And we can use the 3 to make a pickaxe, and we can go and get enough obsidian to take care of making a nether portal. And then if we can make a nether portal, we can use that to look inside the immediate nether and see what we can gather or gain from getting in there. Specifically, it would be wonderful if we could find some nether wart, some soul sand, start spawning and farming that kind of stuff, with the ultimate gain to make some potions that will allow us to do some easier things. If I can get a water breathing potion and a night vision potion going, then what we'll be able to do with that is go find the underwater caves. And the underwater caves, as far as I understand, are not just rather safe, but they are filled with diamonds. And that should let us get to our next tier of whatever we are looking for. We've been here, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is the fissure from before. You know, we are... I'm going to make a call. I'm going to sit right there. And then... Oh, I hear you. But yeah, you're going to be dealing with that. So, let's take this opportunity to try and get ourselves a little bit more of that iron. Boop. 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 Alright. Because as long as I get home, that's all that really matters. Because I'll be able to reset my respawn point once I get home. So we can come down here, have that safe respawn point right where we were, and look around for things like iron, or if they show up, some diamonds. But I don't think we're even close to... Yeah, we're not even close to being low. Oh, yeah, we're not going to mess with you, buddy. I don't even want to hurt you, because that would be mean. You're at home. You're in your house right now. Yeah, we can just go looking elsewhere. Yeah, as long as I'm back at my original base in around, at this point, like 40 minutes. Because about 10 o'clock is when we do treat time in the house. Everybody gets their snacks, the kiddos, the critters, everything just kind of... Everyone just kind of converges for a few minutes to say hello. It's a nice time. Alright. So I believe that way is home. Negative, negative, yeah. Because we always remember where we're going. Negative 150, negative 800. As long as we can get there, we're fine. I was going the wrong direction. That's fine, actually. That's, maybe that will, get us on a different line home. We'll see a few more things we didn't see before. Perhaps we'll find another village that we haven't seen. Maybe we'll see a rock face that has some iron in it. Who knows? That might be new, but it might not. I'm actually not sure. I feel like I boated across away from a village at one point, but I don't know if it was this one. In fact, I'm starting to not... I don't think it was this one. This might be a fresh village. Because Doc. I don't think I've seen Doc. But only one way to find out. Yeah, even though there's not been a treasure chest, this is definitely a fresh village. Way too much free wheat for me to have been here before. I was thinking I would just sleep before I left that village, but it seems like, no matter what, we're going to have another night, so if we can just get out here, we'll be okay. Because if the sun comes up, then we're just sitting pretty for the rest of the run home. Also, there's another village right over here, so never punished. We can just rest at this one. Alright, I think we are good for now. We have a lot of stuff. And it would be a legitimate shame to lose it at this point. This is the wrong direction. I gotta be going both this way and this way. Alright, back into a continent. There we go. Nope, no. Just get moving. There we go. Hold that control key. Easier sprints, faster sprints. Here we are. Deserts are safe. Deserts are always easy to run in. The only real thing that gets you in a desert is if you're not paying attention to your camera and you accidentally look at an Enderman, or if you hit a sinkhole. But the sinkholes are, they're deceptive. They're things like this, but there's like 2 blocks that are just straight drops into oblivion. And as long as you're keeping an eye out for stuff like that, you should be okay. But it looks like we're getting sun up. Actually, we're in the desert right next to our home. We're fine. This is, as long as we don't botch a drop here, we should be pretty smooth sailing all the way back. In fact, we might be able to take this, water right here. Yeah, it's in this direction. Let's also get our food going. And we are boating. There's always a certain feeling of comfort when you see your house appear in the distance. I remember when we were kids, the same feeling coming home from like the ocean. We'd go to the beach and you're coming home and you see your house and you're just like, cozy. It's a nice feeling. There you go, buddy. starting to grow. Alright, let's get this stuff sorted. This was a very, very nice episode as far as getting everything that I had lost last episode back on track. You know, we really had a hard time last one with that mine shaft and with all of the other crazy stuff that happened. And you know, I knew we weren't going to just throw it away and be like, oh, I'm mad at my Minecraft world and stop, but I did not think that we were going to have it pull back this quickly. Feels good to have most of our stuff just back exactly as we would hope. So I'm going to get this stuff all sorted off. And then I think we're going to actually just call this a stream here. You know, it's been about 3 hours. I'll definitely look at setting up my books and my stuff like that before we turn it off. But I don't think we're going on another adventure today. I think this is going to be it. We had a good time. We had a really good time. We found a lot of stuff. We got where we wanted to go. I feel like we have, you know, collected ourselves well. So, it's going to be 1 minute to get all this put where I want it to be, and then we'll be back to say goodbye. Almost forgot to reset my spawn. That would have been rough. But all right, here we go. Last thing I want to check is leather and paper, right? So we have 6 books now, and that's pretty good. And each book that we need to make is 1 and 3, right? Yeah. So I can make 12 books. If I have 12 books and I need 3 of them to make a bookshelf, I can make 4 bookshelves, right? Right. So let's get our sugarcane and make ourselves some papel. There we go. And now let's make ourselves some books. And now, a couple of these. 16, yeah, we'll start with 16. We're not going to worry about the, that's probably not even close, yeah. Oh, okay, so we need a number. Just take that. There we go. And now we can put that away. We can put this away. Set you back where you go over here. And we have 3, 2, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. So we need 1 more bookshelf. And we don't have, so we need 1 more leather. 1 leather and we're set. Well, maybe that'll be what we do next time, is we'll hope to find 1 of those. But I think that I'm pretty happy with where this is. We're back where we were. So I'm going to go ahead and take a bit of a break, probably play some other games, just, reset my brain. We might come back tonight, we might come back tomorrow, we might take a couple of days, who knows. Depends on how work goes and what else is interesting. But this was fun. This was productive for Minecraft terms, and that's a fun productiveness. So I'm going to take a break, and I will see y'all next time. Until next time, be good to each other, y'all.